Hello English learners, welcome to our English learning channel Learn English Easily Through Stories. I am your host Robert. Have you ever felt like you're meant for something bigger, but somehow your life feels stuck? You wake up late. You delay your plans. You tell yourself, I'll figure it out someday. But deep inside, you know you're wasting time. This is the story of a young man whose life completely changed. Not because of luck, but because of one moment of truth. In a small town in America, there lived a 20-year-old man named Ethan Carter. Ethan was not poor. He had a decent house, a supportive mother, and enough money to live. But he had no direction. Every day looked the same. He woke up late, scrolled his phone, watched videos, and told himself, I'll start something tomorrow. Ethan had dreams. Big ones. He wanted to start a business. He wanted to travel. He wanted to become successful. But there was one problem. He never started. His best friend Ryan once said to him, "Man, you always talk about big plans, but you never do anything." Ethan laughed it off. "Relax, I'm still young. I've got time." But time doesn't wait. Ethan lived with his mother, Linda Carter. She worked hard her whole life to raise him. One evening, she looked at him and said gently, "Ethan, what do you really want to do in life?" Ethan replied casually, "I don't know yet. I'm figuring it out." But Linda could see the truth. He wasn't figuring anything out. He was avoiding life. One night, Ethan lay in bed, scrolling endlessly. Hours passed. Suddenly, his phone battery died. The room became silent. For the first time, there was nothing to distract him. Just his thoughts. And those thoughts were loud. What am I doing with my life? Why am I not moving forward? Why do I keep delaying everything? He felt something he had been avoiding for years. Regret. The next morning, Ethan went for a walk. He didn't know why. Maybe he just needed to clear his mind. He walked into a quiet park. There, on a bench, sat an old man feeding birds. His name was Mr. Daniel Brooks. The old man looked at Ethan and smiled. "You look lost," he said. Ethan was surprised. "Is it that obvious?" The old man chuckled. "Only to someone who used to feel the same." Ethan sat beside him. "I feel like I'm wasting my life," he admitted. "I have dreams, but I never act." Mr. Brooks nodded. "Let me ask you something. If nothing changes, where will you be in 5 years?" Ethan stayed silent. Because he knew the answer. Nowhere. Mr. Brooks picked up a small stone and handed it to Ethan. "Imagine this stone is your life," he said. "Every day, you chip a piece off, with your choices." Ethan looked at the stone carefully. "If you keep delaying, what will be left?" the old man asked. Ethan whispered, "Nothing meaningful." For the first time, Ethan saw his life clearly. Not the dreams, but the reality. He wasn't failing because life was hard. He was failing because he wasn't trying. Ethan stood up. Something inside him had changed. "I don't want to live like this anymore," he said. Mr. Brooks smiled. "Then don't. Start small. Start messy. But start today." The next morning, Ethan woke up early. Not because he felt motivated, but because he made a decision. He wrote down his goals. He turned off distractions. He started learning skills online. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Days were hard. Some days he felt like quitting. Some days he doubted himself. But every time, he remembered the park, the old man's words, and that small stone. Weeks turned into months. Ethan slowly built discipline. He started a small online business. He improved his skills. He became focused. His friend Ryan noticed. "Bro, what happened to you?" he asked. Ethan smiled. "I got tired of wasting my life." A year later, Ethan was no longer the same person. He was confident, focused, and moving forward. His mother, Linda, looked at him with pride. "You've changed," she said. Ethan replied softly, "No. I finally started." One day, Ethan returned to the park. But Mr. Brooks was gone. On the bench, there was a note. It said, "Your life changes the moment you decide it matters." Ethan smiled. Because now, he understood. Dear listener, you don't need a perfect moment. You don't need more time. You don't need motivation. You need one thing. A decision. Stop waiting. Stop delaying. Stop wasting your life. Because one day, you'll wish you started today. If this story inspired you, like this video, subscribe for more powerful stories, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because your life can change with just one decision.